I mean, I don't know, probably as high as any of them. This place, as well as Atlanta or Talladega and Daytona, it's hard to have confidence just because it's so hard to do and you never know what can happen. But yeah, it's refreshing to know that we can do it. I think the races can play out a lot different than what we had in the spring with the temperatures being up. So yeah, I'm a little bit apprehensive about how my car is going to drive, and I'm sure we're all feeling the same way.
So how do you approach qualifying? You want to try to start up front, or you guys just go straight for balance and start at the back pretty much?
Well, I can promise you that we're not going to qualify up front. So I was feeling good when we had the lightning strike. I was hoping that we would not qualify, but I think we'll definitely be mid-pack at best, and that's normal for us. So we'll work our way forward.
Christopher, since we're at the midway point of the season, can you talk a bit about where the NASCAR playoff committee is and exactly how far along they are in trying to figure out what the future of the championship format is going to look like? I know that that's a topic that always elicits a bunch of strong opinions. So, do you have any insight you can share?
Definitely, and it is super important to get it right, but I'm not going to speak on it.
What have you done this week at all to get kind of acclimated with Tab, and what is how he calls a race?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I've listened to Tab on our replay system. But aside from that, that's all we got. So it's going to be tough for sure, getting acclimated at probably one of the most spotter intense racetracks on the calendar. But Tab has a bunch of experience, and so we'll play it by ear, and definitely the first stage or two is going to be a learning curve.
I assume to be able to get somebody with some experience is key.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super thankful for Phil Pott jumping in when he did, right in the heart of our schedule. Was super tough. He did a great job for us. Super thankful for him. Whenever Tab became available, it was, it made sense to add some experience to our team as we get closer to the playoffs and hopefully contend for a championship.
What's this?
Eric, been known to be able to kind of rip around the top side here. Tell me, you think that line's going to shape in for you with the temperature changing at night and everything still?
Yeah, I think so. We ran a race here, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago at night. We got pushed back with rain, and it seemed like it still worked pretty good. So, I don't know, the magic's a little gone from it because everybody's kind of, got up there and got better at running up there, so it's a little harder to make ground. But yeah, it's just fun to have an option. The place is pretty wide, and if your car is good, you can run everywhere. So like that part of it for sure.
I was talking to Ross earlier. He said you guys obviously being matched up, it's not going to give you a push to the finish line. Is that kind of a mutual feeling? Have you guys discussed this kind of matchup for this in-season tournament at all?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to him, and yeah, it'll be fun. It's just a neat lineup of tracks, I think, for the tournament. It's kind of a wild card, obviously, here tomorrow. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, it'll be fun to, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see if you think about it much during the race, right? I don't know how much it's going to pop up or not when you're out there kind of in battle. And it'd be nice to make it out of round one, though, and at least have a chance here going forward for the big prize. So cool to see it come to fruition and to have a shot at it.
You mentioned this one being a wild card. We've got a few interesting races coming up on the schedule. I mean, obviously every race is an opportunity, but you feel like you guys may be in a position with the speed you've had lately to capitalize on a lot of that?
I think here tomorrow is a good chance for sure. The road courses are still, Mexico was a lot better for us, but we still got some work to do to be where we want to be on that stuff. But I feel like Chicago will be pretty good for us. So yeah, I think there's some tracks coming up that we have opportunities to win at. We're right at that kind of break point where if we have a bad week, we're going to need to win. If we have 2 good weeks here, we still have a shot to point. The 88 win at Mexico didn't do us any favors, but we still have a shot here to have some good weeks and point our way in. So hoping for that, but also would love just to get to victory lane for sure.
See you, Tanner.
All right, Ty, in-season tournament, obviously, starting off this weekend. Is that kind of exciting for you? And if so, how do you kind of approach it with this being kind of like this head-to-head weekend?
Yeah, I don't really know, honestly, a lot about the tournament. So right now I'm just kind of focused on trying to get myself better runs, maybe get a win, and have a good points day. So honestly, I don't really know much about it. I don't even know who I'm racing, so. And not out of disrespect, it's kind of bigger things to focus on right now.
What's the challenge of this track?
To get this, there's a lot of challenges to get this Sonic Gorillas cool looking race car in victory lane. Staying out of the wrecks, it's probably the biggest one. I find that a lot at this track.
I'm sorry.
So I find there's a lot of wrecks here. I've been involved at this track, so not out of other people's stuff. So just try to stay out of those, I guess.
But while you're doing that, what else stands out? What do you have to work on, or what do you feel like you've been good at that you just haven't been on the show because stuff happens?
Well, I think we've been fast the last 3 weeks. The cautions have really screwed us on the strategy, and that's just part of racing. So it's probably the biggest thing. I feel like the big quick thing.
You're someone who's looking at more likely than not having to win to get yourself into the playoffs. Does being in that position put pressure on you to race any differently, or even on the team to strategize differently?
Yeah, of course. I think we've been in good contention the last couple of weeks. It's just, like I said, the cautions come out just haven't really helped us. I'm pretty funny. I'm sorry I'm sitting down. Everybody's all hunched over here. So my bad.
No, you're good.
He told me to take the seat, and I was like, I might as well do it.
I'm tall, so I figured I'd get someone else.
He's hunching over.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
I'm naturally
How hard still is it, or was it easy to get over Mexico? With again, that's out of your control,
it's
caution, but that seemed like that was a great opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of life and racing. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Does it give you any more confidence going into Chicago or Sonoma coming?
I mean, I think our road course program has got better towards the end of last year, and I think it was great, and we got better, so I think it gives the team confidence. But for me, I just here to try to make it happen every week.
Do you have to race Chicago any differently than Mexico because there's no runoff?
Yeah, there's no runoff. That's what I was gonna go for. Yeah, you just hit the wall.
Yeah.
So that's can't be as aggressive, I guess.
When you look at things you talked about over the off season and goals you wanted to, things like that, things you wanted to work on, where are you now compared to what you were working on over the off season?
Yeah, for us it's just winning races, so we're good and I think we're getting there. So I don't really set a lot of. I'm not going off of goals for me. I just show up and try to win every weekend. If I can't do that, just do the best I can besides that. I think that's the best way to be. That's how I was raised, and just how I just hammer down.
And how do you
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code FRONTSTRETCH to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay rewarded.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.